Good, happy Saturday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, family friends search for missing college student. Family and friends remain concerned as a Plymouth State University student disappeared more than a day ago. Classmates of Jack Nguyen of Holland, Massachusetts were told that an intensive search utilizing Crenson boats and kayaks was underway after the 23-year-old student went missing near a river at about 4 p.m. Thursday. The search continued Friday until it got too dark. The search will resume Saturday. Farmington police bust 2 suspected heroin dens. 4 people are facing drug charges after police said they busted 2 heroin dens in Farmington. Lawyers for man charged with kidnapping file 16 motions. Attorneys for a man accused of kidnapping and assaulting a North Conway girl have filed a long list of requests with the court. Conway police say bank robbery suspect considered armed and dangerous. The Conway Police Department said the man who robbed a TD Bank Friday morning should be considered armed and dangerous. Paul Pataki voiced support for keeping future New Hampshire primaries first in the nation. With leaders of the National Republican Party threatening to de-emphasize the importance of the New Hampshire primary in the future, 2 current presidential candidates on Friday added their strong support for the first in the nation tradition. U.S. Senator Ron Paul of Kentucky, after filing his candidacy for the primary, told reporters that the primary remains a key element in deciding the nominee, adding, "I think there is a danger, though, that the National Polling Service could decide the race before the race is yet decided." Former New York Governor George Pataki, who is expected to file his candidacy next week, went further, saying, "I'm very concerned about the future of the New Hampshire primary." Pataki calls Trump deportation force plan ridiculous, outrageous. Republican presidential candidate George Pataki on Friday called Donald Trump's proposal for the deportation force to escort undocumented immigrants out of the country just ridiculous and outrageous. Rand Paul says he's only true fiscal conversation and in presidential race. U.S. Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky became the latest candidate to file for the New Hampshire primary on Friday, calling himself the only true fiscal conservative in the presidential race. Paperwork: Mom's boyfriend waited to call 911 after Eve Tromsey's death. 2 people charged in the death of a teen in Rochester motel faced a judge on Friday. James Foley's family says killer's death brings no solace. The family of a New Hampshire native, James Foley, said Friday that they take no solace in the news of the possible death of his killer. Spirit of Giving Operation Care for Troops. Thousands of holiday stockings were stuffed for troops overseas Friday. Doctors target painkiller prescription to help stem heroin epidemic. A summit held Friday in Bedford focused on the impact training for medical professionals and less overprescribed of drugs to try to help address the heroin epidemic. Three arrested on drug-related charges in Manchester. A month-long investigation led to the arrest of 3 people on drug charges in Manchester, authorities said. Clark chases away would-be robber with wooden stick. A clerk at a Manchester convenience store chased off a would-be robber with a wooden bat, police say. ISIS claims responsibility for Paris attacks. ISIS claimed responsibility for gunfire and blasts that targeted 6 sites Friday night in Paris, killing 128 people in one of the Europe's deadliest massacres in recent years. In an online statement distributed by supporters Saturday, the terror group said 8 militants wore explosive belts and armed with machine guns attacked precisely selected areas in the French capital. In addition to the people killed, 180 others were injured, according to the Paris police prefecture. More than half of them are in critical condition. President François Hollande blamed the attacks on ISIS, calling it an act of war by the militants. He said it was planned from the outside with inside capability. He also said when the terrorists are capable of doing such acts, they must know that they will face France a very determined, he said. In the chaotic aftermath of the attacks, there was no clarity on the number of casualties. Earlier in the interior minister put the death toll at 153 people Friday, but a day later, a Paris police lowered it to 128 people. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday. See you back here later on. Goodbye.